Drinking me, Mac. Point, a good point here, I've got to tell you. Just a minute. Can't tell you what's been going on here tonight, I'll tell you. Oh, I see Mr. Dickens came in again with his big friend there, this Danny, you know, the painter. Oh, he likes him, you know, he likes him because, you know, like I said before, he likes the girls. How Mr. Dickens does. But anyway, he was very upset, but he'd had a few before he came in here, you know, bucket of blood. They're always in the bucket of blood, they love it down there, you know. But now he gets away with it down there, I don't, because it's a rough place. But Danny, like I said before, Danny's a big lad and he can look after himself and look after Mr. Dickens as well, too. Well, they were a bit upset tonight, especially Mr. Dickens, really upset. They were talking, well, you know, he sat right here at the table with me because he thought I was getting a bit, had a few drinks and he bought me one and all, which he always does. And he was talking about this here, what do they call it now? It's when the copying things off him. You know, he writes his books and then some people copy it, you know. He don't get paid for that. Oh no, he doesn't get paid for that. So he thinks he should get paid for that, and all, which I think he should. You know, not only on the books, but on the stage as well. They put shows on, you know. He had this Christmas Carol and different shows were going on down here in London about it. All very upset, you know. Goes on all over the place. He was saying he came back from America. Oh, he's been to America, you know. He travels around a lot because he was a bit upset, bloody upset, I would say. Ooh, bloody upset about that too, because they're doing the same thing over there in America. They're all writing his books up and he gets nothing for it. Oh yes, he's very upset about that. And he was talking about Walter Scott, you know, he was another man. He did the same thing to Walter Scott, and he really, you know, he wasn't really a rich man. He could have been a rich man, but he wasn't. And he kind of burned himself out trying to make money to stay alive, you know, and to keep his family. So he had this on his mind when he went over and all, because he said, I'm not going to, hopefully I'm not going to be in the same state as he is, you know, because I work very hard for my money. Sure he does. Well, he goes over there and he gives them the gears too, you know. He talks to, well, he likes him over there too. They invite him all over the place and he goes and they make a real fuss about him, you know. But Mr. Man is, Mr. Dickens is a man of principle, you know. So he can take all this as well, but when he went there to say something. And that something was about the books and about copying his books and all that. And he don't like that, really don't like it. So they've been talking about that and they've been had a few drinks. You know, it's felt 12 foot tall, he said, when they thrust it down the throat, so it does them good, that I'll tell you. Oh, they weren't very happy about it, but hey, that's the way it is. It just happened at Waterloo. That's the bloke. Well, he's on the bridge, at Waterloo Bridge. He takes the money off them, but people go down there, you know. Oh, it's named after when the Duke of Wellington, you know, the Battle of Waterloo. Oh yeah, they named it after. It used to be the Strand. That's where it used to be. The bridge was the Strand, you know, at one time. But they changed it. They changed it to Waterloo. And actually, the Duke was down when he opened it. He was came on the bridge. Yeah, walked on the bridge and everything. He was the first man on. I don't suppose he had to pay, you know. No, I don't think he paid, but anyway, he went down there, and so we call Waterloo. He comes in and he likes to drink too. He sat down there, was talking to us. Oh yeah, he was telling us about the bridge and all the things that go on there, you know. He calls it the people making holes in the water, in the river, like. It's just the jumping in, you know. Oh, you jump in. When you're feeling a bit off, you know, had too much to drink and had a bit of trouble with the wife. They got over the bridge to go and drowned themselves. Well, it's a lot more work for the gaffer, I guess, down the river here. He makes his money on that. Of course he does, of course he does. It's been a good day today, and we've all had a few. Mr. Dickens, I'll tell you, Danny carried him out of here tonight. He was so drunk, you know. Oh well, he's a lot on his mind, you know, and he's, like I say, he's got a lot of work to do. He writes a lot of books. You know, he takes a lot of his time out. Mind you, he has his girlfriend, you know, too. Oh, right. She's an actress. Oh, well, I can't get near that song. She always wears black though, you never see much of her, you know. She comes in and sits in the corner. He talks too, of course he does. And as the word goes around, he has a place for her, you know. Oh, apartment. There's actually a family, actually, a mother and a daughter, and her other sister. They're all in the business. Oh, Nellie Turner, that's her name. All right. Like I say, you know, of course, everywhere he goes to Europe, sometimes you go to France, he takes her over there, you know. You've got a bit of comfort, you've got to have comfort, eh? You have to have them, you've got to have comfort. But anyway, he always doesn't stay in the same place though. He doesn't like people that know he's knocking about with her, you know what I mean? So what he does, he kind of, he gets another lodgings down the street. So he don't see him going into the hotel, you know what I mean? She goes in, but he doesn't, he has to go somewhere else, you know. And this is all gossip, of course it is. It's all gossip, but keeps you going gossip, doesn't it? Oh well, I'll tell you, I've had a few myself tonight. I think I'm going to have a few more too. I'm not going to quit now, but I'm cool, boy, God. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to give up here, man. Oh no, I'm going to have a few more before I go out and see the missus. Probably kick the missus out of the house, eh? Oh, I will see you then. We'll be back one of these days, I hope. Mr. Dickens was in again yesterday, but he came with this fancy guy, a good-looking fella, Irishman he was. Oh, aye. Daniel McLeish his name was. Danny, he said. Call him Danny. He's a painter, paints pictures and all that kind of thing for the rich people. Oh yeah, he does a good job, I guess. I think. He does a real good job. Mr. Dickens likes him, you know. I think Mr. Dickens likes him because he brings the women in too. Good with the women, likes the women. Like us all at all, but he's a young man, he is, not like me, I'm an old man now. Oh, I've had my day, you know, I've had my day. But he goes around with him, you know, I can say I'm listening in, you know. When I've had my pints and I like to listen to what people say, don't you know, you all do, don't you? I do, anyway. And so I don't like to be get too close, you know, but I can hear him because I've all had a drink, you know. And Danny has a drink, he's had quite a few drinks, and Mr. Dickens, well, he's always half cut when he comes in here, you know. They've just been down to the bucket of blood. Yeah, that's quite a place. That is a rough place, I'll tell you. He needs a big lad like Danny to take care of him, you know. Oh, I think he does anyway. Anyway, he was saying, Mr. Dickens was saying that we're talking about when they were down at Broadstairs, you know. That's where Mr. Dickens has a place down there, you know. He was talking about a few, I don't know when it was, quite a while back maybe, but he says Mr. Dickens took him down there because he knows where all the women are, you see. Knowing that Danny likes these women. Oh yeah, he does. They go there, they went to, he says, I know where to go, he says. He said, we all went to Margate, he says, and he knows where all the girls are. Oh, he says, he was telling him that. He says, I know where all the girls are, you come with me, and we'll be alright, we'll have some fun, you know. Oh, he likes his fun, he likes his women. One time I didn't think Mr. Dickens was that like that, you know, because he was involved in other things, but, you know, not just with women, not just sexy things, but he always had women around him. Now I'm beginning to think he likes his women. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. He, you know, usually go for a walk. And then have a couple of chops and a few beers, you know, and get themselves all wound up, you know, and then he's, and then I think they know they go down, and you know what they do, eh? Well, I think so. Well, he's got a lot of energy, Mr. Dickens has. You know, it's like to burn it up. What better place to burn it up with women, eh? They'll do it all the time for you, I guess. And he says, not for me, mind you. That's beyond me now, but I can remember. I remember these things, you know. Anyway, Mr. Dickens likes his women, there's no doubt about it. He's got 10 kids of his own, so he's not doing it because he has to do it, he's doing it because he likes to do it. That's what I say all the time, you know. But he's very fond of his women, there's no doubt about it. But he was talking about this here, what's his name? Can't think of his name now. Macaulay, that's his name. He's a man that writes about history and all that. Macaulay says, he says it's one of the greatest things that's ever happened to England, having this exhibition, you know. Oh yeah. So you know, it's brought all kinds of things to England. It shows off all the things we've done in the world, all the good things we've done, the things we've built and what we're going to build, all those things. Oh, aye. And he's quite thrilled about it, I think. He seems to be quite thrilled about it. Oh, this Macaulay goes on all the time, Mr. Dickens says. He goes on about this and about that, and he says it's a great period now, a period where we know we can, time of peace and plenty and the national glory and all that kind of things. He's always waving the flag about it, you know. Dickens don't like that. No, he don't like that at all. Because he goes around all these places and down London, and he knows what's going on there. He says it's awful. You know, he goes into places and people are like maggots around cheese, you know, they're all stuck together and in the squalor, in the dirt and all that kind of stuff. Oh, he thinks it's not right. He says they should have an exhibition of he laugh about this. He says we should have an exhibition of England's sins and negligence. That's what he says. Because you know, they've done a lot of what he says anyway. I don't know all about these things, but he says they've done a lot of things that have not been right good, you know, and Mr. Dickens gets very annoyed about it. Because he's, like I said, he sees it all the time, and it's something that's very close to him, you know. He sees it. We don't have to go far. He sees it around here, you know. Sees it around here. Well, they got to come in here and see what goes on. And the poor people try to get by. If we didn't have our gin and